Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess, and I'm here to talk about 50 Cent and DaBaby, okay? Now, as you guys already know, that DaBaby has been canceled, okay? A lot of stuff that's been going on with DaBaby. He's been losing endorsements. He's been getting dropped out of shows and festivals. It just ain't been a good 2 weeks for DaBaby. And, of course, people have been rallying for him, but there are some people that are rallying against him, and there are some people who really just don't give a damn about DaBaby and what he got going on, okay? Like, it is what it is. You said some bullshit, and now you're paying the price for it. We can all talk about freedom of speech and all this other great stuff, but at the end of the day, we all have consequences for our actions, and sometimes we have consequences for the things that we say, and that's just what it is. Now, 50 Cent has joined the conversation, and he feels like DaBaby has a chance of rejuvenating his career and coming right back, and compared this situation to Chris Brown's situation back in 2009 when he had his incident with Rihanna and the domestic violence situation, and how he was able to come back from that. Now, I have an article here from the JasmineBrand.com. Y'all already know what we do over here. We always cite our sources. I read the article, give you my opinion, and you leave yours down below. So let's talk about the article. 50 Cent is the latest celebrity to weigh in on DaBaby's homophobic remarks that sparked tons of controversy and backlash, and he's hopeful that DaBaby will bounce back. DaBaby made harsh comments about the LGBTQ+ community and those living with HIV/AIDS during his Rolling Loud Miami set last month. While he issued an apology that has since been deleted, he has faced a lot of criticism and was pulled from several musical festivals. He also lost his partnership with Boohoo Man. Now 50 Cent is sharing his thoughts. He told the host of E's Nightly Pop, "He's a really talented special artist. He just transitioned from being in that pool that everyone was in as a rap artist. They didn't notify him that he was turning into a superstar. There's nobody that tells you now you're being held to the mainstream standards, that you can't say these things, you can't do these things, these different things. He didn't have a publicist involved, so that's why his response took so long." 50 Cent continued, even his apology, the first apology attempt was what made it worse. He was referencing DaBaby's tweets that he made as comments gained more traction. The tweet said, "Anybody who had ever been affected by HIV/AIDS, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions on offending anybody, so my apologies. But to the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. Do you? Y'all business is y'all business. I tell fans to put the cell phone light and y'all start a Million Man March. I told you y'all digested that wrong, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm impressed. Now show that same amount of support when a racist cop kills one of our black asses. You're not. Black ass, not black asses. What the fuck am I? This is long, thick ass tongue of mine, child." 50 Cent went on to say, "You know what it is when a person makes a general statement, because he made a general statement. He was on stage. He's not directing that to any individual, but what happens is he's still new and he's being attacked by individuals. Because Madonna said something to him. The drummer from The Roots, Questlove, said something to him. Elton John. These are people that are this big. DaBaby's been taken aback by who's specifically saying this to him. It's tough for you not to assess them when you see them as royalty and important people, and they are attacking you because they're saying something about DaBaby. He never said nothing about any of them personally." He continued, "There's other stuff that's going on in between that registers different to him. He's only 2 years into his career. There's no artist development, there's no strong A&R, and there's definitely no media training." Host Nina Parker joked that they should start a media company together before asking 50 Cent if DaBaby will bounce back. 50 Cent responded, "Yeah, he will. As long as he keeps his consistency with the music, he'll be back. Remember, they canceled Chris Brown like 5 or 6 times. It's safe to say that 50 Cent is taking on a mentorship role with DaBaby. Just days before his Rolling Loud performance, DaBaby saluted 50 Cent, who responded, I lost Pop Smoke before he could get it. This one already got it and he listens. I'm here to teach him all the mistakes I made so he can be better than me. This is hip hop. 50 Cent also applauded DaBaby at the premiere of his new Star series, Raising Kanan. Now that was the article from the JasmineBrand.com. Now here is what Scotty by Nature TV has to say about the matter. To be honest with y'all, I can't even be mad at 50 Cent's stance on this. I can't be mad at him. Because he didn't necessarily, I don't feel like he made any excuses for what DaBaby did. I don't think he did. But I do think that he said it in like a mentor type of way. Like telling him how he needs to fix this or how he needs to clean this up. Because as much as I hate to admit it, DaBaby is a mainstream artist at this point. So when you're mainstream, there are some things that you just can't get away with. Like when you were just in the urban community, or if you were just an up-and-coming artist, there were some things that you could say and no one said nothing about it because you were pretty much not a factor to people. But now you are. You are a Grammy Award nominated artist. You've had endorsement deal after endorsement deal. You've had festival after festival wanting to book you for their show. You are a hot commodity. You're 2 years into your career. You're hot right now. So you are in the mainstream. Not only do you have the urban community playing your shit, but you got the pop community playing your shit. So that's why you're taking a huge hit at this point. You know what I mean? That's why you're taking a big ass hit right now. And at the end of the day, I really hate that for him. But he made his bed when he decided to say the bullshit, and then when he said the bullshit, the first attempt at an apology was just whack as fuck. It's like he didn't give no fucks about what the fuck he said. And that's just real talk. He did not care about what he said. He didn't have any self-awareness about anything. And then he waited days, maybe a week later, to post an apology that his publicist probably wrote, only to delete the motherfucking apology after that. So he really didn't mean what the fuck he said. You know what I mean? And to be honest, just like 50 Cent said, he does have a chance at rejuvenation. He do. This ain't me going back on what I said, because I still stand firm on what I've said about DaBaby. What he said was fucked up. But when he says that DaBaby has a chance at rejuvenation, I think that he does, because some people are still supporting him, and there are some people that's going to support him regardless of what the fuck he does. And that's just real talk. As disgusting as what he said was, they're still going to support him. Like I said, Chris Brown was a great example. Chris Brown was canceled when he put his hands on Rihanna. The radio stations weren't playing his music. They didn't want nothing to do with him. His album flopped. Like, nobody wanted to support him. But when he came back on the BET Awards that next year and performed his heart out, people softened up to him. You know what I mean? People started seeing him in a different light. So, and the female fans gave him their support again. So it is some kind of way for DaBaby to come back and rejuvenate himself. But the catch is that he's a man. Think about it. He's a man. The men can always do some messed up stuff, but they're always able to come back from that messed up shit that they did. Chrisette Michele is a great example. She performed for Trump and y'all canceled her because she performed for Trump. The lady ain't had no song on the radio since she decided to perform for Trump. The lady ain't had no interviews really since she performed for Trump. No, and people want to act like Chrisette Michele ain't never had no great records because she performed for Trump. I just think that it's crazy how the men can rejuvenate their careers and do things and rejuvenate themselves and be great because despite what they've done. But a woman can't do that. Chrisette Michele ain't nowhere to be found at this point. And I still bump a couple of forevers. I don't give a damn. I still bump a couple of forevers, okay? I still bump Blame It On Me. I still bump all of that shit, okay? I still bump Ashton Martin Music. It ain't her song, it's Rick Ross' song, but I still bump that, okay? Like, yeah, she wanted to, perform for Trump. So the fuck what? Y'all canceled her for that. But this man can get up and talk about HIV/AIDS, say a bunch of homophobic shit, and y'all still gonna rally behind him. This is what I mean by black women don't support black women. Because the black men ain't gonna support you, period. You know they not. Y'all go out and march for them and, do these rallies for them when they get shot up by a police officer, but they not gonna do shit for you. The baby will come back. He still got strong support. But somebody like Chrisette Michelle, she ain't never coming back. They gonna always see her as the bitch that wanted to perform for Trump. She ain't never coming back. I don't think she should have been canceled for that. Because she performed for Trump. I don't think she should have been canceled for that. That was minor compared to the shit that Chris Brown and the baby did. And R. Kelly. But to each his own, child. To each his own. So what do you guys think? Please leave it below. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video. Do whatever you see fit. And if you want to follow me on social media, my Twitter and my Instagram is down below in the description box. With that being said, child, your boy is out here. Until my next video, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.